At the moment I've got train controller running, which is an absolutely brilliant bit of software which is coming to its end. They're going to be stopping the updates and continuation with this software, even though it's going to be carried on, you know, on the servers, and you're still going to be able to buy it. I think you've got about another week or so to buy any versions of it, and that's it. You won't be able to buy it anymore. And I've really enjoyed using this software over the last 10 years. It's very, very, very highly addictive software once you get to understand how it works, but I'm only using it very, very basically, and I've got a nice little setup running. It's quite a tricky to do the automation on a terminus, where you've got trains going in and out on push-pull, where they're powered at both ends. That can be tricky to set up. That took me a while to sort that out. But other than that, model-wise, I've fitted that out with the decoder. I just need to get the buffer aprons on the front there, they're missing, where they slide in just on the side there. I can't get hold of them from Roco. So other than that, that model is immaculate. Got that second hand. And the other loco, which has all been fully repaired, is a V36. That's all. It had a few defects on it. That's been done. That's all fitted out with the DCC chip. The wagons, these wagons have been clean, serviced, Fleischmann couplings in. These are really nice. Bought them second hand a few weeks ago. Got a rake of them. They're all working nice. What else? Right, so I've been using the PlayStation 5, 4 and 3. I've been using the steering wheel, force feedback wheel, which is an absolutely huge amount of fun playing with that. And I've been using the steering wheel simulator in VR mode, using the PlayStation 2 VR headset, which is absolutely unbelievable. For the value for money for that, for what you get, say if you just bought the system and just got that, if you're into driving cars, it's worth it just for that game. It's absolutely brilliant. Been playing another game called Drive Club as well, which is superb, on PlayStation 4 or 5. So now we've got a train. We've got a train coming in. Let's have a look and see what's going on in the layout here now. So we've got the Class 77 coming round now, pulling the steel wagons. The 66 coming along as well. Beautiful models these. I've got the Herpa transformer wagon, that huge wagon there, that's ready to come out. That's come out the storage yard here, that's on standby, ready to come out when all these other trains have done the run on this junction here. So I've got a Class 66 coming through a tunnel. I think these models are probably one of my most favourite models, because they're so advanced with what's the technology on board, etc., and what the models can do. So you can see that one now coming in through the yard. That's going to go into its storage area. The other one has stopped because that wants to come in as well, so that's on standby at the moment. The red 77, I think it is. So we've got quite a few train movements going on. And you can see that's just nice. Look, that's going in there beautifully. And we'll come to a graceful halt about now. Another route's been set. And the red 66 has had clearance to move across the junction using train controller, all fully automatic. It's brilliant, this software. Just a shame it's come to the end, because I found it really it's quite a complicated bit of software, but it just works. It works. So we've got that 77, that's going to come across through this double slip, through that right hand point, through another double slip, and then work its way back into the yard, the storage yard, in a clockwise direction. And there we go. It's all running beautifully. And of course, we've got the, let's have another closer look at the transformer wagon in a minute. Let's watch the 66 come round. Beautiful sound, detail, oh, lovely, lovely detailed wagon load. Right, so I'm going to duck under the table and I'm going to show this other wagon I've got off my friend Engaging. He bought me this from Dortmund, the German model train show, and this wagon is, it's factory weathered by an artist, an actual fine artist, painter from France, and it's a remodel, it's a French model of a French wagon, and it's absolutely stunningly weathered. You can see on the roof there, all the details on it. It's beautiful. Very nicely done, that. And I do like the weathered items knocking around like that old I think it's a 218, I'm not sure. So we've got another, we've got the Class 77 coming in the yard now, clockwise. We've got the other 66 in the background there, that's slowing down, getting ready to come in as well. We've got the transformer wagon, which is ready, that's pulled out the yard, and that's ready to get clearance to go out. And there we go, that's going to come to a graceful halt. Transformer wagon has decided that's going to go, and it's got its safe clearance, that's got safe clearance to go out. I had no idea that was going to set off there at the moment, because it's sort of a bit of a random train movement at the moment with what I set up. That's going to come right across that yard. Unbelievable, that wagon. Such a heavy wagon. It's about 2.5 kilogram, that wagon, in weight. So you can see the other class 76, that's on standby there, waiting for this wagon here to cross the junction. I must have given this priority over the other one, so anyway, that's going to head across that junction. Across all those double slips. That's looking good. Another weathered wagon I've got in the yard, which I quite like, is this American box car here, which is, that's been weathered to a really, really high standard, and I think I paid about £12 for that. I got it at a real bargain. Real bargain. So yeah, and that's the other post wagon there. That's another highly detailed wagon. So that's gone through the tunnel, working its way through that unrealistic mountain, which is stuck there on the corner of the layout, just to add a bit of variety. There we go. So what's going to happen next? That is on the same main line as the other train, so when that gets to a certain position, that will slow down and stop, and this one should start and go across the junction and go into the yard. I'm hoping that is what is going to happen, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll soon find out. That's entering its particular block. So there we go, that's entering that block. So that should trigger the process of changing the points and starting this loco up to go back to the main yard. At least I'm hoping that'll happen. If it doesn't happen, I'll have to disengage the automation and or freeze it and then start up a new process of bringing the train back manually. There we go, new route's been set. So that's starting off. Like I said, the automation has controlled all that. That's stopped in the corner. And that particular train movement of the transformer wagon was not intended to be operated with these 3 trains, but the automation has worked it out on the fly and solved the problem. Because sometimes you think the trains are going to crash or something's going to derail, but it just works it out. It's absolutely brilliant. So there we go, the hecto rail is going to come back through the outer main yard, go through that junction there, that right hand double slip, through the other double slip, through the right hand point, and through another double slip. I'm sorry, this video is going on way longer than what I expected. I do apologise. So there we go, that's doing nice and easy. I need to clean the track as well. I need to do a track cleaning process, probably today actually, on the main lines, because I've been running a lot of trains in automatic mode. So that's heading back to the main yard. I'm going to park up, back to where it came from. And another route will be triggered in a minute for the 101 herb transformer train to come out and do its particular route. There we go, new route's been set, and off goes that one. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. We've got automatic rail grind on ESU engines when it's in slow speeds around curves. You get the rail grind because it's got automatic sensors on the wheels, which is really good. So when it gets to this particular curve point, should get a better rail grind kicking in. Yep, can you hear that rail grind? Absolutely brilliant. It's going into yard, into the centre line of the main storage area. So this is like a fiddle yard really, this area. But it's obviously in view, not hidden away. Yeah, so there we go. I'm going to wrap up this video now in a minute. So we've got the transformer running along, not too fast, getting pushed and pulled by those two class 101s, I think they are. Beautiful. They've got cordless motor conversions on both of them. Smooth as silk. Hector rail is coming to its final destination stopping point. There we go, and it should stop about now. The cab light goes on, and there we go. I'm going to stop this video now because it's gone way too long. But thanks for watching anyway.